Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary gzduel, here today to bring you my Madolche deck for the January 2014 format. I'm very excited to show you this deck because I've added Angeli and it makes this deck absolutely OP to the point where it's kind of boring to play because it's so good. But you know, some of you might like that, so of course I will show it to you guys. For the monsters, we have 3 Messengelado. I play 3, a lot of players play 2, and you can get away with playing 2, but I feel like it's more comfortable for me. Personally, I'll just have like an extra Messengelado. Plus, if I draw it, it's not that bad. I can use it to synchro. I could use it in conjunction with Madolche Mew in order to get an effect off, so it's really not that bad. I could also just play it, and then like when it gets destroyed, when I have ticket, I'll be able to search. So 3 is fine. I like 3. 3 Mageline is definitely a must though, because you get to search for all of your Madolche cards. The card that you will search for, of course, is Angeli. That's why you also play it at 3. You play Mageline at 3 in order to get to your Angeli faster. You play Angeli because you want to get to your Angeli faster. So 2 Madolche Who Cake, because you have Angeli and Angeli can get into your Who Cake. You don't necessarily want to draw the Who Cake because, you know, Who Cake is kind of conditional. You need to have a monster in the graveyard in order to activate its effect. But if you have Angeli and go into a Who Cake, that effect, that requirement satisfied. So you need Who Cake less like when you draw it, but you need it more, and you can get access to it more when you have Angeli. So 2 Who Cake is perfect number. We want to play 3 TG Werewolves because in conjunction with all of our combos, we need a level 3 monster that can be special summoned out so that we can go for Invoker, and then from Invoker we can go into a Madolche Queen Tiramisu. So this facilitates a lot of the good combos. 2 Madolche Mew, it's a really good card. Some players even play it at 1 because you can search it and it's not that good by itself. But I like to have it at 2 because sometimes you do get into those draws where you get Messengelado and you have a Madolche Mew. It also facilitates a lot of the crazy plays. So, you know, it's good to play it at 2. It's not that bad. But it's a personal preference thing. 3 TG Striker is really good. It works very well with the TG Werewolf. It has like an inherent ability to search for each other. In addition, it's a level 2 Earth Tuner, so allows you to synchro with these Earth monsters, level 3, level 4 Earth monsters to get into Naturia, Barkion, and Beast, which in my opinion are like some of the most powerful synchro monsters. They lock down your opponent so hard, and it can be special summoned out. So you can special summon out this guy, and at the end of your combos, I don't know if you guys still remember the combos. There's a video I've done on my channel of like all of the Madolche combos. You can afterwards summon out something like a level 3 Earth Madolche monster, and then synchro with your striker, so that in the end of the turn, if you don't OTK your opponent, you will have a MX Saber Invoker, you will have a Queen Tiramisu, and you will also have a Naturia Beast to protect everything from Dark Hole, so it's pretty good. 2 Maxi because you don't want to get OTK'd. This deck's main weakness is getting rushed in the beginning, in the early game, because it has a pretty weak early game. If you don't draw into your pieces correctly, your opponent who has like a faster deck might get the advantage over you, so you definitely want to keep up with your opponent with Maxi. Plus Maxi has the added synergy with Who Cake, because if you send Maxi to the graveyard, it counts as a monster, which you can banish for the cost of Who Cake's effect. It's actually not a cost, but you know, it's a requirement. Same thing with Valor. You know, you want to stop your opponent's pushes, and at the same time, it has great synergy with Who Cake. For the spells, we have 1 Dark Hole, no explanation needed. We have 3 Pot of Duality because we want to be able to search out all of the pieces. The best like opening move is, if you're going first, is if you go Pot of Duality into Mageline and Mageline into Angeli. That'll be like the best. So you definitely need some more consistency to get into all of your pieces. You need 3 Mystical Space Typhoons because you want to be able to OTK your opponent, and back row is like a deterrent to that. Same thing. And also 1 Book of Moon because it's very versatile in getting rid of problem monsters that might lock you down. So if your opponent has, I don't know, Photon Strike Bouncer or something like that, or maybe a Logia or something like that, I don't know, or maybe Abyss Gaios. Yeah, Abyss Gaios would be the most common type, and you would be able to face that card down, and then you would be able to go off with your effects. So that's pretty good. Now I was going to say that Forbidden Lance also contributes to the safety in which you can OTK. You can use Forbidden Lance and go ham. Your opponent won't be able to bottomless your Who Cake. Your opponent won't be able to remove your monster when you attack, so it's pretty good. Also, I play a pretty cool tech card now. enemy controller. I think that it's a very good card for this deck. One, because if you use it offensively, you can steal your opponent's monster, so that's pretty good. But you also tribute a monster on your side of the field. That means you send it to the graveyard, and when you send it to the graveyard, your Who Kicks effect becomes live. So there's a lot of synergy with Who Kick in that way. Plus, its second effect, even if you don't want to tribute a monster, is pretty good. It puts your opponent's monster in defense position, so it can save your small monsters from being destroyed by battle. That's another cool thing. And thirdly is a quick play spell card like Forbidden Lance. It's really good. Even if you're under the restriction of Royal Decree, you will be able to still play this card. For the Madolche spells, we have one ticket because you really only need one. You can't use multiple effects in one turn anyway. And you want to have 2 chateaus because you just want 2 chateaus. You don't need 3 because you can search for them. You want 2 because it's a good card, and also you can replace other field cards, and you can use this to recycle your Madolche monsters. And then for the traps, the only trap we play is Royal Decree because we're OTK orientated build. For the extra deck, we have 1 Barkion, 1 Natural Beast, 2 Queen Madolche, 2 Queen Madolche Tiramisu. Yes, say it properly. And Silent Honor Arc, Diamondara Wolf, Exciton Knight, Mace Stroke, Abyss Dweller, Cowboy, Leviathan Dragon, Leviaire, Mechwhip Engineer, Invoker, and also Zenmane. So this is pretty straightforward. I've just added in the new XYZs that have been released that I think are OP, and they synergize very well because you can go into rank 4s very easily. For the side deck, we have 2 Swift Scarecrow because we don't want to get OTK'd in the early game. With the Max C, you get into these guys very consistently, and if you throw them into the graveyard, it has great synergy with your Who Kicks effect. And for the spell, we have 2 Soul Takers because like I said with Book of Moon, you want to get rid of problem cards like Christia, etc. that stops you from going into your combo. For the monster effect negation, I went with Forbidden Chalice because I think that you can use it first of all on your turn because it's a spell card. Second of all, you can negate your opponent's effects, and third of all, you can still use this under Royal Decree. So I think it's a very good card, and plus it adds attack. So sometimes you can use it offensively for yourself. You can have like a Messengelato go to 2,500 attack under the influence of the Madolche Chateau. So that's pretty good. For the trap cards, we have 2 Vanity's Emptiness. You might say that it might conflict with you, but it really doesn't because you play Royal Decree. You have the ability to turn the effect of Vanity's Emptiness off. So when you're playing defensively, your opponent can't special summon. You can just activate Vanity's Emptiness and your opponent gets locked down. But when you're ready to special summon, just flip up Royal Decree and then you can go off all you want. You might want to substitute out the Lightning Prism Mirror, which I have here. I only play Lightning Prism Mirror because I really hate Constellars. They're like a deck that hard counters your deck because it prevents you from setting up from your combos. Like against all combo orientated decks, like Constellars are pretty good. So I don't like them, so I play this. Plus it works pretty well, against Boojins and stuff like that, so it's pretty good. Also, we have 2 DNA Surgery, very good, very good side deck card right now. We would simply call Fairy or maybe Beast in order to just it won't change anything in your deck. If you call Fairy, whenever your Madolche Tickets effect activates, it will be able to special summon out the Madolche monster instead of searching it to your hand. If you call Beast, whenever you special summon out Messengelato, you will be able to get the effect of Messengelato and search for stuff. So that's pretty good. Whereas it might be able to stop your opponent who's playing, I don't know, Boojins, etc. That's pretty good. Also 2 debunks because we don't like hand traps. When your opponent plays like a Max C, when you're trying to go off, that's pretty painful. When your opponent has like Veiler, it's pretty painful. And there are a lot of hand traps out there in the top meta decks right now, like Mermails, like Boojins, so it's a pretty good thing. And also you can stop effects that activate in the graveyard, so that's also an added bonus. So yeah. Hopefully you like this deck. I like it, but I think it's kind of boring now that Angeli is out. Tell me what you guys think. This is Gary GZduels signing out.